Chelsea for the Bold and Beautiful, July 3rd, 2025. First thing first, let me know your thoughts on today's new episode down below. What did y'all think? Did y'all like it? I said, I don't think we're going to actually get to see anything until Monday. I might be mistaken, but we'll see. But yeah, on today's episode, we're going to start with, wait, I lost my paper. Where it go? Let me see. I might just have to read off the notes because what did I do with it? I don't know, y'all. But yeah, let me know down below what y'all thought of the episode. Did y'all like it? Let's see what I did with this paper. I'm gonna have to just read off the notes because this show gone. Where is it? Is this it? No, because they talk about Ridge. Hold on. Okay, so on today's episode, we're gonna start with Taylor and Steffi. I found it, y'all. We're gonna start with Taylor and Steffi. So I was confused. Did y'all see on yesterday's episode? What was the last thing that y'all saw? Because I think the last thing that I saw, well, I don't want to say the last thing, but it was one scene where they showed Steffi and Taylor talking and she had came out of the room. Then they replayed it on today's episode. But yeah, Taylor and Steph was talking about the same thing, about how Miss Sunshine gave that gift. If she like that, if she the type to give a child a gift like this, then Hay shouldn't be around her or whatever. I said Miss Dillon messed up anyways, because once again, you don't supposed to just let no random person just come in there near these kids and stuff. Excuse me. I said, you don't supposed to just let no random. She come up there talking about she don't want who gave the gift to him and stuff like that. Somebody said, would you like to show them? Other girl, you crazy. But yeah, like I said, they were just talking about the gift that Miss Sunshine gave. And Taylor asked her, was she about to head out now? And she said, yeah, she about to go. But she does leave a voicemail for Finn. So that's why I was saying, okay, will Sheila, Finn, or Liam be the ones who help her or save her? And then my whole thing, and I forgot to say this in my TikTok video. I forgot to say, Luna over here talking about something. Now that she got Steffi or whatever, she has no choice but to listen. And she gonna start coming in between her and her daddy or some type of what she said. That's basically what she said. I was like, what make you think? Why would he want anything to do with you? You running around trying to shoot people and grabbing his wife and stuff like that. But at the same time, y'all gotta keep in mind now, he done got shot himself and he still wanted something to do with Sheila, so it wouldn't be the first time he done did something like this. But yeah, I was like, Luna delusional. What made her think that having Steffi come there or whatever, tricking her into coming there and then pulling a weapon on her so she won't leave, is gonna make Finn want anything to do with you? Come on now. And I said it before when it was about Sheila. I was like, she would have done better if she sit up here and at least faked it till she made it. At least she could have sit up here and tried to change to show Finn, I'm not that same person. I'm actually doing better. Because he already wanted something to do with her just like he wanted something to do with Luna. But no, she want to go sitting up here. What did she do anyway? Oh, she pulled out a weapon on Will. Then she turned around. She done grabbed Miss, what's that lady name, the teacher? Miss Dillon. She done tie her up in the closet. And before she got tied up, she talking about something. What are you going to do to me? What are you going to do to Steffi? I said, you need to be worried about yourself right now. Talking about what you going to do to Steffi. But yeah, I was like, girl, you better hope you can get out of there because she crazy. She crazy. But yeah, Steffi ends up leaving or whatever. Then they show Luna and Miss Dillon, and that's when she was like, she wanted to know what she's going to do to her and what she's going to do to Steffi. So Luna started going up closer to her or whatever. But they just showed her, tying her up and telling her that she better not make no sound once Steffi gets there or whatever. I said, look, I was waiting to see where Luna was going to be at, but she was outside the door. She was waiting on her to come in. Hold on. And I don't think they today's episode where she's supposed to be like, Steph's supposed to be like, she came there for Hayes' teacher or whatever, and that's when Luna's supposed to say that, she's tied up. Because I was like, what about that situation leads you to believe that she was actually the one who... But yeah, who else we got? Grace and Finn. Okay, if you seen today's episode, help me out, because I feel like they finna get ready to do a storyline with Grace, because they showed her on today's episode. First of all, she was talking to Finn. She was trying to convince Liam to seek treatment. And she was saying how the mask has gotten bigger and stuff like that, so he needs treatment now if he want to make it, because he keeps talking about how, he want to live for his daughters and he want to see his daughters grow up and all this other stuff, but he has yet to seek treatment, and it done got bigger. It done got bigger or whatever. Finn was expressing his concern because the treatment, there's no guarantee that treatment will work, one. And two, it could give more damage or create more damage or whatever. But then somebody kept texting Grace and stuff like that. Then I think they called her and she was like, "What do you want?" or something, telling them basically to leave her alone. So I was like, "What's going on there?" And then it was a certain way that they showed it when they showed um Leon's phone going off and he had to take that medication. I was like, "Do y'all think it's gonna be connected?" If they actually do a storyline with Grace or whatever, do y'all think it's gonna be connected to Liam and what he got going on, or what? Let me know down below. Cause after that, after Finn kept seeing, she was dealing with something, he ends up telling her basically, I know, what you've been through, your family been through and stuff like that. So if you ever need somebody to talk to, you can talk to me. And I said, you need to be worried about saving your wife from your daughter, But yeah, I was like, it kind of seemed like they finna get ready to do a storyline for Grace, y'all. Maybe they bringing back her husband. I can't remember what his first name was, but wasn't his last name the same as hers, Dr. Buckingham, if I'm not mistaken? But I feel like they about to bring him back, possibly. I don't know. We'll see though. Hope and Liam. Hope and Liam was just talking about the same thing. The fact that he's supposed to be dying, but ain't died yet. but ain't died yet. But yeah, Liam was saying how he wants to spend as much time as possible with his girls, with Beth. And he was like, she's a smart girl. She gonna figure things out. So that's when Hope got to talk to him about, Eric's situation, about how Eric, they said he was dying, but, he beat the odds, so why can't Liam? And they was just reminiscing, talking about they life together and how he don't want to leave them and his concern is mainly them. Then Hope ends up telling Liam that it's time for him to tell Bill what's going on. He's still delaying it. And I was like, what's the point at this point? I said, why he still won't tell nobody what's going on? I said, they need to go ahead and let Bill know. Hold on, y'all. But yeah, I said, do y'all think it's a reason why they haven't told him yet? I haven't heard nothing yet about Liam, if he actually died. The last thing I heard was they supposed to been questioning, what's his name? Scott, that plays Liam, about whether or not, he's about to move over to General Hospital. But I don't know if he ever answered them directly or not. But yeah, Hope thinks it's time for Liam to tell Bill what's going on. He's still over here act like he don't want to tell them what's going on. That's when his phone went off, his alarm or whatever, and he ends up taking out the pills and taking the medication. And that's why I was like, okay, do y'all think that's gonna be connected to whatever Grace got going on? I don't know, but we'll see soon enough. Let's see. Taylor, Sheila ends up calling Finn, leave a voicemail because he didn't answer once again. I said she could have been went over there. If that's the case, they could have found out about what about what Luna had going on a long time ago. But yeah, she ends up calling him. He don't answer, so she leaves a voicemail saying that it's important. It's about his daughter. It's about Luna. So she then goes over to Stephanie's house, and she sees Taylor. First, Taylor wouldn't let her in. First, she wouldn't let her in or whatever. She was like, they told you, to stay away and stuff like that. What are you doing here? So she ends up telling her, it's not about her. She has been keeping her distance and stuff like that. But she really needs to talk to Steffi and Finn about Luna. So Taylor started telling her about what her daughter done did. And she tried to play it off. She was trying to play it off like she didn't know. Well, maybe she didn't. Correct me if I'm wrong. But, I think it was the day before yesterday when Luna went over to Sheila and Deacon place, and they was talking, and she was like, Will trapped her. Did she ever find out that she took out a weapon? Well, I'm assuming she didn't find out. Never mind, y'all. Because she was like, what? She was acting shocked. And I was like, didn't she know that? I think Luna just said, that Will trapped her or tried to set her up or something like that. Because I was like, why is she playing like she don't know this already? But then I thought about also, Remy told her, because at the beginning of this episode, she was saying how, could it be true? Could you really have a weapon? I was like, girl, you act like that's unbelievable or something. First of all, she a mini you, so you can't be that shocked. But yeah, she was like, could it really be true? Can she really have a weapon? But yeah, she tried to warn Taylor or whatever. She was like, she really needs to talk to Finn and Steffi about Luna, because Steffi, your daughter could be in trouble. Your daughter could be in danger. And they said Taylor's supposed to give Sheila information, I'm assuming, about where Steffi went. Because they show her on a spoiler photo. She's at the front door of the school or whatever. So a lot of people are speculating that this going to be what leads them to believe that Sheila is actually changing because she gonna end up saving Steffi. But I don't know about that, because she saved Kelly or whatever. So, and I still don't think that you saving somebody means that you don't change or that you deserve. I say forgiveness is one thing, forgetting is another thing. Sorry, y'all, cut off. But I think people get that twisted. They get it confused or whatever. You can forgive somebody all day long, but to forget and act like they ain't did nothing, like they ain't trying to take you out, is a whole nother thing. I still don't think she needs to be around them other kids, even if she do save her. But I could be wrong, because some people been in the comments saying how Steffi, the reason why all this going on, because she wouldn't allow Luna and Finn to have a relationship. And I was like, I mean, would you want somebody? She done try to take her out. What the world? She wouldn't give her nothing. Trying to poison her and everything, keeping her in a cage. I was like, y'all gotta be more realistic. But then again, I know people who have been through worse and they still roll around with the same people. So, I take that back. I take that back. Let's see. What was the last thing? I think the last thing was Luna and Steffi. Let me see. Now, who was Grace on the phone with? Leon talks to Hope about Will and Luna and what happened. Oh, yeah, I almost forgot that part. They was talking about Will's plan and Luna and his concern about Steffi and what they're going through. And I think Hope ends up saying how nothing's going to happen to them. Nothing's going to happen to Steffi. I said, shoot, something about to happen to her right now. Something about to happen to her right now. But, I already said Finn tells Grace he there for her if she needs to talk. Sheila tells Taylor that Steffi could be in danger. Steffi shows up to the school. They show Miss Dillon in the closet tied up. Then I think Steffi was looking around and stuff, and that's when she ends up seeing Luna walk through the door. And I don't know if she locked it or not. But yeah, either way it goes, she walked through the door and she was like, "What are you doing here?" I said, "She here to..." I almost said it. I almost said murder. She here to murder you. But yeah, and then Steffi realizes that she's Miss Sunshine because she had picked up the little paper they used to make the little origami bird thing. And then she was like, "It was you," or whatever. So then Steffi, she started going up close to her and she pulled out that weapon. And that's when Luna was like, I said Luna delusional. She tells her that she finally going to listen to her and let her see her father. I was like, girl, I said, be real. Be for real. What? How's this going to help you? Y'all had the upper hand. Sheila had the upper hand. She done shot him trying to shoot his wife, then turned around and still shot his wife. And didn't try to help, didn't try to call 911. And he still ends up wanting a relationship with her. You don't sit up here and put her in a cage and everything else, and he still wanted a relationship with you. The best thing you could have did was to show that you changed or something like that. Hold on. But no, instead, you decide it's a bright idea to go grabbing people and pulling out weapons and stuff like that. But yeah, I think that's everything, y'all. Let me know your thoughts on this episode. Until next time, this is her. Good rest of the day and be safe.